LATD, what is good? We are back with a new video, a new segment. This is Rodney, aka RG from the 843, aka Rodney Not So Rich, and I'm joined as always by my co-host.
Well, y'all already know this is your boy Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
aka
sir.
King J. All hail the king, the big man with big plans. And
Preach.
Today we got that new segment for y'all, like Rodney said.
And it is called Album versus Album. So pretty self-explanatory. We're going to take two albums by two different artists, and we're going to compare them, pit them against each other, and determine which one we believe is to be the best.
Or y'all believe too. Let us know down
below.
Exactly.
This is interactive, y'all. You know, y'all are included too.
And look on Facebook Facebook too. Look on Instagram for a poll, bro. Let us know what y'all think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'd love to hear y'all's thoughts.
Today's matchup, we got two very, very great and beautiful albums in their own right.
Both released in 2022.
Yes, sir. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry.
And The Forever Story by J.I.D., a.k.a. Jid, straight out of Dreamville.
Yes, sir. I can't wait till that concert in June, but that's besides the point.
That's a whole nother, that's something special here, under wraps,
Oh, yeah. Yep. You feel me? So, pretty much what we gonna do is...
So, we're gonna take these two albums, we're gonna rank them. Well, not rank them, we're going to pit them against each other. We're going to break them down song by song, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How many songs are there on Forever Story?
Forever Story, there are 15.
And on Melt My Eyes, there are?
Clear a path as I keep on walking. There are 14.
All right, so yeah, pretty even matchup. So,
yes,
I mean, I don't think we need to go song by song,
but
we'll get to the highlights though.
Yeah, definitely. There are highlights. So shoot, one of J.I.D. songs on Forever Story was really a trend this year.
Surround sound, which granted, I'm a big J.I.D. fan, so I'm glad to see him kind of get the recognition that he did, but. In my personal opinion, the song not only has gotten to be overplayed,
right.
So it's kind of gotten cliche.
Yep.
But also, compared to the rest of the album, I think that is one of the weaker songs overall.
100%.
Not to say it's a bad song. I mean, there's a solid 21 feature on it.
Mm-hmm.
Good sample, good production.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, overall, it just doesn't really do much of anything for me personally.
Right. It got TikTokified in my opinion.
Yeah, it did. Once TikTok got a hold of it, it was out of here.
Yeah, but we also got other great songs on this album. We got Dance Now. We got Dance Now. Radar is another great one.
Yes, sir.
Even the intros. Yeah, the intro, Galaxy, is a great song too. Brother Nem, Sister Nem.
So basically, with Forever Story, as its title implies, it's kind of telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, it's the upbringing and the childhood of the artist in question, J.I.D., and how he sort of became the person that he is today.
Right. Very
well told, very put together, very, because this album came out in 2022, so it came out that was 4 or so years after his last album at that point.
Yeah. Which was DiCaprio too?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
In 2018. So I say this album was very important for Jid because not only did it sort of help break him through to make I feel like this is the album that kind of got him the most notice and attention in his career so far. Because I had heard his name before, but this album, like when it dropped, it was kind of like my introduction to him. So I went back and I listened to all the other albums after this. And, just seeing where he was at as an artist when he first got signed in Dreamville in 2017, with The Never Story, another great project, to where he is now, there's more of an artistic evolution in the sense that the storytelling, the rhyme schemes, the flows, everything is a lot more intentional. There's a lot more of a direction. There's more of a cohesive narrative,
right?
In terms of what he's trying to portray on Forever Story, and I think he accomplishes it quite well.
I 100% agree. I love his storytelling on here, with Brother Nem, talking about how his brother, I never cheat. snitch on my brother. I never, stab him in the back. Loyalty, pretty much.
Essentially, that stereotypical, brothers, bond everything.
Not just by blood, by loyalty.
Yes.
This is a very beautiful song. But Dance Now is probably my favorite song on this album, mainly because I like the message in it. Obviously, Dance Now me being like a metaphor for like. When you shoot at the ground and people talk about dance now and stuff like that, and saying in the second verse he starts, "I'm not a two-stepping man. I said I do not dance." Radar being another one. A great introduction to the album. He said we would sing some of the lyrics, but
I mean it's a rap album, so I mean what do you expect?
Like he pretty much saying he got everything for you. So I'm like, and it's just an overall solid album in my opinion.
Yes, some of my highlights personally, Cody Blue 31. That album stands out. Oh, that song stands out on the album because it's like hearing him sing, because we've seen or heard Jid sing a little bit before this, but this was kind of his first full on like foray into singing, and I think he accomplishes it very well. Kind of sort of like almost like a spiritual sort of soulful sort of vibe to it.
Oh my.
And it's just a very uplifting song. The chorus swing on.
Swing on, swing on.
Yes sir. Kind of like this idea of keeping going, holding on to hope in adversity. The verses that he lays down on the track, very well thought, very well thought out, very precise. It's just that song has always been a favorite of mine. I will also consider Money to be a big highlight on the album. It's probably my most played song to this day on the album, just because it's like how catchy it is, and it kind of has sort of a, it has a kid's chorus sort of like on it, so it kind of feels reminiscent of like older sort of like hip hop back in the day. Just has a very fun, uplifting vibe to it. Like it's one of them songs that you can kind of play in anywhere basically. And it's just also the message is, him coming from poverty and how much money was an obsession with him and how much he felt like money, like his whole thought process revolved around money. Right. Even on the opening line, he said money on my mind more than half the time.
Right.
And then, in the second verse, he says money on my mind. Wait, he said money on my mind more than half the time. And then I think it was money on my mind more than most of the time or something like that. Yeah, so it's basically just his thought process, how he perceives money in his life from when he was young to like when he got older.
Right.
And seeing just like how his whole world has changed since he's gotten rich.
Right.
Like how he views money now is different from how he viewed it back then.
Right. And just adding more to Dance Now, like I said, I really like that one because of the lesson it teaches, because the bridge really stuck out to me because it says, "Oh, what a handsome gift to live in the land of sin. You dance with the devil, you never dance again."
Yeah.
Like I really like that one because it tells you how much like you can live in this life, you can live in this world, but everything has its vices, everything has its like, attractions, but sometimes you may never dance again. You know what I'm saying? Not just using Dance Now. Of course, he's using, like I said, the metaphor of shooting at the ground, but he's also using the metaphor of just like life and having fun, But you dance with the devil, like he says, you'll never dance again. Dance now. Like, and it's just, like I said, it's this album is really for, if you really like storytelling, like, and can't punk me, that's another good one.
That song is just like, it's just hype. Like that song, just the different flows and everything, him going back and forth with Earth Gang, which, he's collaborated with many times. I think they have a whole collab album actually, because they're also signed to Dreamville. They were signed to Dreamville along with Jid in the same year. Because Cole met Jid and them around the same time. So yeah. But I would say probably the best, not necessarily my personal favorite song off the album, but I would say probably the best song on the album, in my opinion, is 2007, which he added that later on. Okay. So yeah, 2007, he's detailing his whole origin story from like, because if you're a Jid fan, like he played football until he got kicked out of college, and then that's when he started taking rap seriously. So he kind of details, his high school football career, his college career, what happened after he left college, and how he ended up getting signed to Dreamville. And I just really like how it's like he's relating, 2007 Cole dropped the come up, and he's kind of like doing that sort of thing over and over again, where it's like 2009 he dropped whatever he says, and just kind of showing us where he was at in his life around the time that Cole, his label boss, where he was at in his career, and how their paths kind of sort of eventually crossed in a way.
Yes, sir.
So I think that overall 2007 is one of, if not the best examples of him as a rapper as far as his storytelling ability. So overall, Forever Story, if you haven't listened to it, as a hip hop fan, what are you doing?
Right.
But even, just as a fan of great music, I would highly recommend that album, and really just Jid's whole catalog. He's going crazy right now. He just announced on Instagram Live that he finished his album. He turned it in, so I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
I don't know if it's that Metro album, because Metro's got his own thing going on.
Like, keep JID out this whole crap with Drake. What I say, Jay?
He's beefing with Drake from Drake and Josh, y'all.
Yeah. Keep him out of that whole thing. Moving on to Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. Now, this is my personal favorite album of the year of 2022, because man, like,
my personal favorite was Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, but that has nothing to do with anything.
Right. It is just like, I really love this album because of the life lessons I took from it. Like when you got like Melt Session 1, Denzel really goes into like, really like kind of unloads and tells you what's on his mind and how he's feeling. Like, he mentions women he's objectified, he's apologizing, taking accountability for a lot of actions. Exactly, for his actions. Then you have Walking, which is, come on, bro.
Keep on walking, keep on stop. Keep on walking, ain't no stopping in this dirty, filthy, rotten, nasty little world we call a home.
They get, you know what I'm saying? Just through adversity. Same thing with Cody 31. Cody Blue 31. Cody Blue 31. Same kind of concept. Same concept, same message. But I like this one because this one is more motivating. Like, keep on walking, ain't no stop. You know what I'm saying? This, regardless of what this world throws at you, keep on walking. Then you have my favorite song on here is Troubles featuring T-Pain. If y'all don't know, T-Pain is my favorite artist, so partial bias here, but his verse is good as well. T-Pain's verse is good as well. But Denzel's really kind of stands out to me. Like, I lost my house to the drought. Now I'm staying on my mama couch. He said it has a solid TLC line. I need some TLC, but ladies treat me like a scrub. Yeah. TLC, no scrubs. You know what I'm saying? And just the wordplay in here, like in Ain't No Way. It's like, he's just a wordplay in general. He says, ain't no way I was going to take what people sell me, run the jewels because I kill a mic on any LP. I'm like, come on, bruh.
And people keep making that joke. Who is Killer Mike? He's a hip hop legend, y'all.
Oh,
where
yeah.
y'all been at?
Oh, what? I'm glad he swept this year in the Grammys, but that's neither here nor there. Like, in like X-Wing, I don't want a car, I want an X-Wing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just really like this album because it really spoke to me, and like, really spoke to me and says like, motivated me to really try to pursue more in my life. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And with John Wayne, that's another solid song.
I would have to say my favorite song on the album, and you already mentioned it, probably is Ain't No Way. Mm-hmm. It's either Ain't No Way or X-Wing.
Yeah, right.
It's between those two.
Yeah, a lot of people like X-Wing and Walking the most.
Oh yeah, no, I love Walking too.
Yeah, Walking is easily my second favorite song on this album. He also had another deluxe version of the album where it's just the same songs plus Chrome Hearts, which you can hear Chrome Hearts on one of our posts on I believe the Civil War post on Instagram. That's the background music for that one. It's just a more jazz fused and jazzed up version of the songs.
Yeah, it's live and everything too.
Right.
Is it live?
Yeah, it's live.
I'd say yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much live, and it's just like I said, there's nothing really much I can say about this album. It's just a beautiful, like, introspective look, and then Denzel Curry and what his mind's going through, or what he's going through, and what's going on in his mind and his world and everything, and how he's seeing the world as it is now. You know, because Taboo, if you ever listen to Taboo with Clark Gambane,
another great album,
exactly. But the thing is, like, kind of to compare and contrast the two, Taboo is very, as the name suggests, taboo. You're very kind of dark, kind of moody, and very depressing.
It's not really radio friendly like that.
Right.
That song he has with Zilla Kami and JPEG Mafia on it is fire.
Oh yeah, fire. And as a fun fact, Ain't No Way actually has a JID feature,
yes, sir,
which I wish was longer.
I know, right? That's the only thing I hate about that feature is that it's not long enough, because Jid kills that. Like just with the little bitties on it. Fun fact about Ain't No Way, I read actually that it wasn't necessarily a planned collab. It's just like he was in the studio and all of the artists featured all happened to be in the same city. So they just all linked up together because, you know, Rico Nasty has a verse on there. She's fire on that.
Oh, yeah, Rico Nasty is a very great rapper.
She's underrated. You ever seen her XXL freestyle?
Yeah.
She go crazy on that.
Freestyle with Cypher.
I mean... I say well, no, it was the freestyle and the cypher too.
Okay, I'll look at her freestyle too because her cypher was fire too. She had a great feature on Pop on Blue Lips by Schoolboy Q.
Oh yeah, she did.
The only problem with her verse is that it's not long enough.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because it's like something in the middle and right in the middle. I'm like, this is fire. Come on, go off, and then it just stops. I'm like, come on.
But yeah, no, Jid is fire on that. Jid uses one of my favorite flows of his on that feature. You had Rico on it, and Black. Yeah, he's on it too.
Black, 6 Lack.
However you pronounce it.
However you want.
I've been going back and forth for like 6 years, to be honest.
You know what's crazy? Another good song on here that's underrated, in my opinion, is Sanjuro.
I was never the biggest fan of that song, but
I kind of liked it because of the vibe and stuff and the flow and everything.
Yeah,
it's like if I were to compare Jaddy and Denzel, they would probably be, in my opinion, the underrated versions of Cole and Kendrick. The reason why I say that is because Denzel would kind of be like Kendrick because his albums are more like, well, okay, I won't say like introspective. Well, yeah, kind of more introspective, and he can, like, the way he, like, you know, modulates his voice and stuff like that, and the bars and the flows and everything like that. JID kind of being like Cole.
I mean, even though, yeah, of course he signed to Dreamville, so he kind of fits sort of that, you know, that sort of.
And that's why I say that.
Yeah, but I feel like, I see what you're saying, but I feel like with Jid, it's kind of like he sort of has a way of, he does his own thing, you know, his fast rap sort of like style, like, you know, that quote unquote lyrical miracle spiritual.
It's not lyrical miracle spiritual, by the way.
He does it in a way to where it's like he's actually saying stuff. Like, you have to really pay attention, because one of the best things about him as an artist is that every time you listen to his album or you listen to even a song, you catch something new, because it's like before, it's like he was rapping so fast you didn't even hear or really latch onto it. But the more and more you listen to it, it's like you kind of like latch on to something different every time.
100%.
That's one of the main things about him that makes him such a great artist to listen to. That's what makes him fun. Like, I feel like he's really one of the last types of artists, especially in hip hop, where it's like you can't take it at face value. You kind of have to like really dive into what it is he's trying to do, like what he's trying to convey.
Exactly, but sometimes some people just don't want to do all that. But you know, some older folks just think of it as like, oh, it's just another bad rap. It has a lot of cursing in it, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if you would actually stop and yes, it has cursing in it, but if you would just stop and actually listen to the music, right, like. Another thing that I hate that older folk do is just throw our music away, throw our era of music away like it ain't nothing. Yeah. Like they never had a past. Like Uncle Luke wasn't a thing. Like Snoop Dogg's album be Little named after a certain position. And I'm not talking about football neither.
Yeah, old folks, they think they slick.
They think they slick too. Exactly. There's a whole,
like we don't have the internet.
Exactly. There's a whole documentary on Freaknik.
Yeah.
Freaknik. Do I even need to even say what that conveys?
That's a discussion for another day.
Yes, sir. But just to put it plainly, I'm on Team Melt My Eyes See Your Future.
I'm on Forever Story.
Let
100%.
us know on Instagram at LATD_podcast 843 on Instagram. In the poll on the post we make, let us know what y'all think. Y'all vote. Let us know what y'all think in the comments too.
Yes, sir. And if y'all like this, just throw your suggestions at us. We're all open. We're all ears. Whatever y'all suggest, whatever y'all want us to talk about, we're all in.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been Jay,
and this has been Rodney,
and we are LATD. Y'all boy have a good one. Peace.